Today I've got a couple interesting pens from Brontelight. They contacted me, asked me if I'd be interested in reviewing a few of their products, and I said sure. And so they started out sending me these two pens, and I'm going to review them together because they are kind of similar in function and design. And so let's have a look at them. The larger one, which they term their bamboo pen, is a bit of a Kubotan type pen. And a lot of people will carry a Kubotan as a self-defense type thing. They'll put their keys on the end. You can use this to whack people with your keys this way. You can use it to jab people this way. And this larger version of their pen, the bamboo pen, can act as a Kubotan. Put the clip with your keys on this end, put your keys into it, use it that way, or on the other end, this is pretty sharp here and kind of milled out there. And that will be, I can tell you, very uncomfortable using that to poke or stab at someone. This thing is heavy. It's steel, 2.7 ounces, so it's got a nice amount of heft to it. It is, of course, as I said, a pen, and the pen is right here at the tip. Screws off, and there's the pen. There's nowhere to put the cap, which is a downside. I'm not a cap pen kind of guy, but I guess if you're going to have a Kubotan type pen, maybe something you have to deal with. So you just have to hold the pen while you're writing with it. Writes pretty well. My handwriting maybe not so much, but the pen itself works well. You can even see that, there we go. And the other things you can do with this pen is that this pen is really well machined. So much that somewhere up in here there is another seam that you really can't even see when it's together. And that seam is right here. And so here's the other thing you can do with this. This unscrews, and you can screw this into the side here to make this T-shaped type pen. Put this in your hand like this, and then you can use that as a striking type weapon. Granted, that's going to take some planning. It's not going to happen to spur of the moment when you get in the fight, but if you're walking out in a parking lot, you're somewhere that you think might be dangerous, some people will put their keys in their hands like this, so maybe unscrew it and put it in your hand like that if you're so inclined. So it's an interesting feature with that. And then it can screw back together. This is very reasonably priced, just about $14. So aside from getting it for yourself, I think it would make a great gift for someone. And then let's look at the smaller pen here. This one is great for putting on your keychain when you just always want to have a little pen with you, because you put your keys on here and this is small enough it'll just dangle off there and not be too big. Nothing like carrying a bigger, heavier Kubotan. The weight on this one is 1.3 ounces, so about half the 2.7 ounce weight of this one. This one, the price, $9.49, so again, very affordable for the quality that you're getting with it. Up on the tip here, they call this the attack tip, as it were. It is very sharp. You would not want to get poked with that, but it's not very long, so you're not going to get much reach with it. You could certainly scrape someone with it, or you could put the keys in your hand this way, and similar to with the Kubotan pen, you could put it in your hand and punch with it this way. They do talk about using this as a glass breaker, but if you're going to do that, you need to be really careful because there's not much space here and you're going to end up putting your hand through the glass with it, so be careful with that. This one, also being milled very well, also has a seam somewhere hidden in it, and that seam is right there, and this is how you get to the pen. This pen does have a cap that screws on it because this would just be too darn small to write with. So you can screw the cap on there, and it's just long enough to do some simple writing with it. You're not going to want to take a ton of notes with it, but just long enough to jot some stuff down and fit comfortably enough in your hand. Price on this one, $9.49, so also very reasonably priced for what you're getting. So check both of these out. The bamboo pen, $14, and the smaller everyday carry keychain pen, $9.49, both from Brontelight.